Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Golf with Goody YouTube video. Today we are going to be going through what is in my bag for 2025. So, without further ado, we may as well start at the bottom of the bag. I have a couple of putters. I have a TaylorMade Daddy Longlegs Spider. Picked this up secondhand. Actually, most of my clubs I picked up secondhand from a shop here called Monty's Golf Shop. It's a pretty cool little spot. Lots of secondhand clubs there. Uh, this was a nice putter. It was in pretty horrible shape. All the paint was chipped off. So I did a bit of work repainting it, but the paint does keep chipping off though as I use it. But yeah, nice putter to use. I've not been using it recently though. I've got another new putter in the bag, again second hand. So I got this head cover off Amazon actually because this putter didn't come with one. Trying to manifest birdies on the course. And this is an Odyssey White Hot Tour 1. And this is really nice. The feel off the face of this putter is just amazing. Those white hot inserts, I don't think they can be beaten. They're just awesome. There's a nice dry tack Win grip on there. This came with a jumbo pistol or a giant pistol or something. It was massive. Really nice for controlling it. But it just didn't have the feel, like you couldn't really get that feel off the face. So I was struggling a lot with pace of putts. But yeah, recently changed to this grip and just such a difference. Yeah, I think most courses I'll probably use this. But yeah, if I go and play somewhere that's got like maybe really fast greens, I'll probably go back to using the Spider. Just in terms of controllability, having that mallet head's just quite nice. Wedges. So I have a 58 degree. This is secondhand from Monty's Golf Shop again. This is a CG14 Zip Grooves Cleveland. Great little wedge. I don't use a 58 or a lob wedge all that often. Really, only if I need to like get over the top of a tree, or I just need a little bit of extra loft. Maybe I'm like hitting the ball off a downslope when I'm chipping or something like that. It's really the only time that I use that 58 there. I have a 56 in the CG14 as well, but I recently replaced that. So I use my 56 for all my chipping, basically anything that's maybe 100-ish yards. And in, I'm mostly using my 56. So I replaced that recently with this here. It's another Cleveland wedge. I stayed with Cleveland. I like the shape of them, I like the feel of them. I had a Cleveland wedge even when I was back in New Zealand. But yeah, so I've got the Cleveland RTX6 zip core, and this is a couple of gens old, but honestly, you can pick up your new wedges, your RTZ, which I think is the newest one from Cleveland, or your most recent Vokies. They go for such a high price. You can usually pick up, especially early on in the season, like last season's or a couple of season old wedges, for a much better price. And yeah, I've been chipping really well with that. If you watched my last video, one of my recent videos when I played a round of golf, my chipping was just on point. And yeah, that's just in a dynamic gold spinner shaft, which is really nice. But yeah, great wedge, love that to bits. Going from there, I have a 52 degree wedge. This is secondhand CG14 again. From Monty's Golf Shop, and this is great. This is like that 120 club on a full shot, but I can also knock it down for like that 110. Use it for some chipping if I need to keep something a little bit lower. But yeah, really nice club, and still getting plenty of spin out of this. And same with that CG14 and my 58. Just wasn't getting any spin on my old 56. It's the only reason I replaced it. Moving into irons, so I've got a set of irons in here that are 4-through pitching wedge. So the pitching wedge there, as you can see, nothing interesting about that. But as soon as we go into the 9 iron, see a nice little speed pocket there, And no, these are not a TaylorMade P770 or a P790. These are actually Adams XTD Tour irons. These are lovely irons. I've got them all on a KBS Tour uh, stiff shaft, and yeah, these are wonderful. They're, what are they now? 11 years old. 2014. These irons came out. Got them secondhand from Monty's Golf Shop here in Kelowna. I have put new grips on them though. I've got the Golf Pride, these MCC Plus 4 standards. It definitely needs standard grips. My hands are tiny. And yeah, these irons are like, you hit them in the middle of the face and they just feel so good. They're so soft, lots of feel. They're not the most forgiving, as you may see in some future videos, especially shots off the toe, shots that are more out of the heel, not the best. This is what I believe. This is what Ernie Els, who's a South African golfer. He plays on the championship tour now. But yeah, he helped develop these with Adams Golf before they were bought out by TaylorMade. So that good old little speed pocket there, and TaylorMade taking that. And yeah, same shaft from pitching wedge all the way through to 4-iron. So that 4-iron on that XT. I'll throw some close-ups in on these as well. But for these irons being as old as they are in such good condition, and they were a really good price. So for something that's got pretty much the same tech that's in a P790 and or P770, these are probably a little bit more bladey than a P790. Probably not ideal for a mid handicapper like myself. But yeah, all the way up to 4-iron, I love it. I hit this 4-iron beautifully most of the time. And yeah, same grips all the way through there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'll throw in some close-ups of those so you can see. But yeah, if you get a chance to have a hit with these, or you find a set of these secondhand, they're generally a really good price and they feel amazing. Next up in the bag, we've got this sort of Canadian flag knit head cover. Got that to sort of commemorate coming to Canada. So we have a Ping G5 3 hybrid. This club is hit or miss for me. It's in a stiff shaft. I've got no idea what stiff shaft it is. Maybe a dynamic gold, I think. Same grips as on my irons. But yeah, some days I'll hit my hybrids really well, and I can barely miss them. And they're a great club to have, especially if driver's not doing so good, because I can still get this out to sort of that 220 kind of distance for a 3 hybrid, and that's carry. So sort of looking 230-ish for sort of that total distance. So no, this is a really nice club as an alternative off the tee, especially on maybe like a shorter par 4, or maybe a tight fairway if I'm hitting it well. So yeah, no, really like that club. Most of the range in the Ping G5s are actually really good. I've played around rounds with a lot of players who have the irons and the not the irons, sorry, the fairway woods and the drivers and the Ping G5. Now under the sky here, back in New Zealand we have these chocolates called Freddo frogs. I don't know if they exist anywhere else, so I named this guy Freddo. Got this head cover off Amazon again. Yeah, this is a 2 hybrid, so I can't hit a fairway wood to save myself. So went up to a 2-iron. I haven't changed the grip on this yet. I only recently got this club. Got it from Monty's Golf Shop. It's got a stiff dynamic gold shaft in it. And this is a Titleist 585H. And this, what I really like about this, I think same with the Ping, is just the face is really nice. Like, it's just a nice, flat, long face. Got a lot of confidence when I'm standing over it. Fairway woods, I stand over them and I just don't feel confident. And I think that's a really big thing. Like, people think that, oh, you're a mid to high handicap golfer, you've got to go and throw fairway woods in the bag because you've got to hit those, if you're not going to hit driver very well. And I found fairway woods in the past, for me, I was always just using it if I didn't want to hit my driver. I would never hit them off the fairway, and I always struggled to hit them off the fairway. Was chunking them or I'd thin them. Whereas these, I just think of them as a big cavity back iron. Just swing down on it, hit it good. Still getting used to hitting this one though. This one's very much hit or miss, but nonetheless a great wee club. And when I am hitting it well, again, same with the 3 hybrid, just really nice to hit and great on your short par 4s or your tight fairways, a par 5 maybe where you can't quite really take driver. So yeah, ideal for that. Will change the grip at some point, but the grip that's on it now is fine, so not really a priority for me at the moment. Aside from my new 56, this is the only new club that is in my bag. This gorilla here, I've named him Phil Collins. If you know, you know. If you don't know, Google Cadbury Gorilla ad. It was a very popular ad quite a few years ago. I think probably when I was in primary school. It went around a bit. But yeah, Google the Cadbury Gorilla ad and you will know what I mean. So yeah, this guy's named Phil Collins. And we have the Callaway Paradigm AI Smoke. This is in a stiff flex shaft. This is the Tensai 1K Black. Really nice shaft. It's got a little bit more stiffness lower down in the shaft than some of like your AV series Tensai shafts or your other stiff shafts that come stock off the shelf. So I really like that. It's got that little bit of extra stiffness. Just helps me to know a bit more where the club face is. Currently it's in a relatively neutral setting just because my miss at the moment is like a really bad, or the miss that I don't want, should I say, is a really bad like snap hook. And I find when I'm in that draw setting, I just snap hook it way easier than when it's sort of in that neutral setting. But recently I've just kind of been pushing it as opposed to getting it sort of straight. I've either pushed it or had a bit of a fade. Don't mind that. It generally keeps the ball relatively in play. But yeah, neutral setting on the loft sleeve there as well. But yeah, really nice driver. I really like the Callaway drivers, like the way they look, like the way they feel, like the way they sound. So yeah, and again, don't feel like you have to go and get the latest and greatest in drivers. I was using a second-hand driver prior to using this, and that was working great. Just didn't have any adjustability. It was a fixed sleeve. KZG or KZG was the brand, I think, off the top of my head. And it's one of those drivers, the only way you get it is by going to the fitting center. So it wasn't really fit for me. But yeah, got into this with the stiff shaft. And for the most part, I hit it pretty well. Really like it. But yeah, no need to go into the elites or anything like that for me just yet. I don't need to update my clubs all the time. Will point out I'm not fitted for my irons. These irons are, as per se, off the shelf. They may have been fitted to someone previously. I don't know. I don't think these were probably fitted. But yeah, that's probably the only thing that I would consider doing sooner rather than later is maybe looking at getting fit for irons. These are still great, still love them, but I don't know what the exact lofts are. I don't know what the lies are on them. So just little bits like that, which would be good to know into the future. What's in here? Oh, this pocket here, glove. Use a Callaway glove. It just fits really well. Fits my hand nicely. Size small glove because of my tiny hands. But yeah, that's the glove I like to use. Only downside is it's not so good once it gets wet. It's probably my only downside with the Callaway glove. If it does get a bit wet, it tends to slip. I think they do have an all-weather glove, but in the summer here, like your hand just starts sweating and it stretches out super quick. So yeah, just sort of like mid-range Callaway glove. It's really nice for me. I have a couple of poker chip ball markers in there, which are awesome, and something that everyone should have in their bag, or even if you don't, just a tee would be great. Um, Something to repair your pitch marks. So many times you go out on golf courses. Unfortunately, it tends to be the cheaper courses, but people don't repair their pitch marks. Um, Repair your pitch marks. That's I won't get too angry on the topic, but it makes the course look good. Yeah, I also have a Sharpie. Just good to sort of either put an initial, or I often like to put a little smiley face on my golf balls. Helps me sort of see the fun side of golf, because sometimes I can get pretty frustrated and get kind of angry at it. So it just reminds me when I tee my ball up and see that little smiley face. I play the game because I enjoy it, first and foremost. What else do we have? I've got a nice little Millbrook little tea bag. And here I have, ooh, not that tea. How did that tea get in there? I have these just classic. This is from Walmart. They're quite a large tee, but what I love about that is it gives me flexibility. Sometimes you end up on a tee box, the grass is a little bit fluffier, and you need to tee it up higher. You've got that ability. Or you can just push it in a really long way to tee it down for an iron or my hybrids or something like that. And I also love how it's got the markings. The markings on it, really good. Just allows you to be consistent with your tee height when you're out on the course. Put that away. I have another bag of teas in there as well. That's all for that pocket. It's just teas and teas and teas. Over here, golf balls. Now, I'm going to sound really pretentious for a second. I play Pro V1 golf balls, but no, they are not new. In here, I have a selection of Pro V1 golf balls. This one's got Southern Comfort on the side of it. That one's actually clean. This one's a Pro V1X, but it's got a couple little blue marks on it. You can pop into a Walmart and you can buy a box of 12 used Pro V1 golf balls, and they're usually generally in pretty good condition. Some of them have like a brand on the side of them, and $35 for a box of Pro V1s. I'm not going to complain. They feel great. They spin around on the greens. Yeah, just brilliant golf ball. In this pocket here, I have a rangefinder. I don't use it a whole lot. I tend to use the Golf Canada app. It gives me my GPS distance to front, middle, and back of the green. But sometimes it's useful to have that if you want to be a little bit more precise. This isn't actually a golf-specific one. This is one that I have used in the past for hunting. So it doesn't have like the likes of your flag lock, which can make it a little bit more difficult to use. But you still got that ability to point, hold down once you hit the flag, and I can confirm that with the GPS on my watch, make sure it's sort of roughly what it should be. This pocket, two things which I always carry with me: sunblock, suntan lotion, sunscreen, whatever you want to call it. Apply it before playing and apply it during, halfway through my round. Here in Canada and even in New Zealand, like that sun is brutal. It's hot. I'm going to be playing this weekend, and it's meant to be something like 30 degrees. So sunblock, important. Some of the golf courses are around a lot of standing water. Mosquitoes, they seem to love my blood here. Some places it's not so bad, but off, really good brand. It's really strong smelling, but I've never used any mosquito repellent or insect repellent that's really quite as good as that. And just in case, some Band-Aid. These are the Hydro Seal Band-Aids. Really good for blisters if you end up with blisters if you're walking the course. So always keep a packet of those in the bag as well. As for the bag itself, it's a carry bag or stand bag, as you can see. Probably one of the best stand bags I've ever owned. This mechanism is just so good. Never had any issues with it. I do use a push cart for my rounds of golf more often than not. So don't really need the straps on, but it's kind of good if I'm heading into the simulator, if I'm going to the driving range, just throw it over my shoulder and carry it in, far easier than grabbing it by the handle. There is also 3 slots here to put golf balls in on the outside of your bag, so there's always one there ready to go. You can just grab it. Great. Velcro there for storing your glove between shots or when you're down on the green. Keeps it out in the fresh air as well instead of it going in a stinky pocket. And there's nice little elastic bits down there as well, so you can tuck a couple of tees in and those things. And this is an OGO bag, which is awesome. This is the other thing that I got new. I did have a secondhand TaylorMade bag, but that broke. But yeah, main point of this is I'm a 16 handicap. Last round I played was, I think, a 91. Prior to that I had an 83. I'm not using fitted clubs. Most of it's secondhand, and I'm still playing good golf. So don't go out there and think, I've got to buy the latest and greatest things. Secondhand is more than fine. And have some fun with it. Get some cool head covers. Name them. It certainly makes it a little bit more fun. Get a lot of comments about the old Gorilla here. Usually goes over most people's head in Canada, so I'm guessing the Cadbury Gorilla ad wasn't a big thing. So yeah, I'll take some close-ups of all of this so I can put that in. And yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If there's anything else you'd like to see in the future, do let me know. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you head over to my Instagram as well, Golf with Goody. Go and follow me over there. You'll see a few more updates, a few shorts over there, some reels from some golf shots and some little bits. I've got my little chipping net over here, so might do some of that this afternoon as well. So yeah, anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.